His Excellency had given us a graphic of all that has happened from the time of the Boko Haram insurgency till date. Borno, as you all know, is among the most resilient communities around the world, even if not more than any other part of the world. Because what we have experienced in the last 16 to 17 years of the insurgency is really very traumatic and had cost us a lot of lives that are lost and communities that are destroyed. But still, we are resilient enough to overcome some of the challenges of insecurity, death, poverty, and deprivation that we have witnessed. Yes, in such a town hall meetings, normally it is expected of us as people of Borno, as community leaders, to say the truth and what has actually happened. We have heard from the victims. Almost all of us in Borno were victims of the insurgents. No household in Borno that will come out to say that I haven't had one loved one that is lost or destruction of my property or of the property of my loved ones. But still, because of the faith that we have and because of the resilience in us, we were able to stand on it and leave everything to the glory of God. Our expectation now in the post-insurgency period is for us as citizens of Borno and Nigeria to come up strongly and stand for our dear community and state. In fact, the government of Borno State and the security agencies have tried their best, particularly the armed forces of Nigeria and other uniformed security agencies that were also equally at the receiving end. We must have to commend a community initiative that came out of the desire to protect themselves as well as their community. That is the Civilian Joint Task Force. This group of young men were child or children of necessity. They came up at the time when the insurgents were wielding AK-47, killing people and bombing worship places, markets, square, and other community gathering places. But these young men, empty-handed, just with stick, came out fearlessly and bravely to face those with guns, and they were able to chase them out of the state capital. And in just no time, they also became part of the operations of military, and they were successful in dealing lots of blows on the Boko. Wherever that you heard there is a success, there has to be one or two civilian JTF there, hunter or vigilante. So therefore, distinguished participants, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are so much grateful and thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for having us to this day and for New Central to gather us so as to bring out in us all that we have experienced, all that we have seen, and the level of development, peace, and progress that is now experienced in Borno. So thank you so much for listening, but I'm still throwing back to all of us one word, that if you see in your leader determination, resilience, and fearlessness, what is expected of us is that we shouldn't just sit down on our rooms and not come up with a proactive solution to the current challenges of the resurgence of the insurgency, even though they are being degraded recently by the military and other security forces. But still, it is us that can stand up to protect our communities, to protect ourselves. During the heydays of insurgency, lots of our traditional leaders, district heads, village heads, imams, pastors, and other community leaders were killed. But today, we shouldn't just give in. We should be brave enough to face the challenges. Death is ultimate. But if you stand against any invading force to protect your community, then your name will be written in gold, not just as a coward. Thank you.